Yeah. Happy Friday. Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. I see one person's waiting. So I'm currently off camera because I'm done with a big pad of paper that I'm going to cut down. And there's some embossing today. And then I'm going to play with, I have these color sparks by TCW. So I might play with some of those and then play with some alcohol inks. Might as well give you guys something to look at while you're waiting. I finished this one this morning. I was like, I have a shadow person. I might as well use them. There we go. So this paper is perforated, but it's a pain to get the perforation to actually tear. But I'll be crafting here in just a moment as soon as I get some of these papers out and cut down. Because I need them embossing folder size. So I'll have to do some cutting real quick. I was over on Biddy Penny's channel a moment ago, and she was making a pop-up card. And one of the backgrounds, she used pigment powder. So after she got off, I was hunting for what powders I have, which is color sparks that I just showed. But I also have some Finnabair, or Finnabar, however it's pronounced. I think it's Finnabair. Mica powders, and I was experimenting with both of them to see how they work. Because I hadn't experimented with the Finnabair powders before. Like, I've had them, but I haven't tried dabbling with them yet. So, but they're mica powders, so they're different from pigment powders. I think you're meant to blend them into other mediums to do certain things with them. Where your pigment powders, you can use them to create a colorful background and stuff. I think 3 of these sheets should be good. These are fairly big sheets, and then I need to cut them down. Okay. Average size, these are about 4.5 by 6.5. not exactly prepared for today, but then again, I didn't have an exact plan for today's live, so all I know is I wanted to craft this morning while I had the opportunity before work. There's the chat. Hey, Hen. Hey, Sala. Hey, Terry. Hey, Di. Good morning. Okay. Okay. So, last night, Di and Chiquita were working on doing some alcohol inks and working with alcohol inks and embossing folders. So I was like, that looks like fun. I'm going to try that out. And I don't play with my embossing folders too often. So yeah, I'm just going to do a little experimenting. I have my Sizzix Big Shot over here. Yeah, I got 3 nearly full bins, and then some of them I have multiples on some of the colors, so I have a separate bin for the multiples. So I'm just going to grab some random colors. Okay, so the first one was current, and then this one is rest. I am just throwing some on here. I'm not really being picky about it. I'm just seeing what comes out. Okay. I think just a few of those should be good. And whoop, up, up, up. Good. Okay, I think I'm going to start by maybe spritzing my. I'm just experimenting here. I've never done this before. I'm going to spritz my paper with just isopropyl alcohol, which give it some movement to start. And then we'll see what happens. I don't expect this to be fantastic because, again, I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just playing. Let's see how this turned out. Well, if I could get it out of the embossing folder, that might be fun. So I did it. It might just be the paper I'm using, because I'm using mixed media paper. I'm not using what you should be using for alcohol inks. I'm not like using Yupo or anything. Well, then let's. Okay, so that was spraying the paper, and then let's try putting in rubbing alcohol on here first. That way it gets movement right away. And then we'll just slap some of that on. And then put some of that on. And so this one is sprayed with rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to spray the paper with rubbing alcohol. And then run it through. And before I show that one, I'm going to do what Di suggested, spritz this again. It probably sat too long. It probably already soaked in. Yeah, it's already soaked in, so it's not going to do anything. Like I said, this is not proper paper to be using for alcohol inks, but that's a little better. Yeah, I like that much better. Get off of there. Yeah. Don't do it on that thing, otherwise you're going to get all the crap back on it. So, let's do different colors. Let's do some blues and greens. Oh yeah, that's something I was also planning on trying to while I have my embossing machine out. I'm not doing any rhyme or reason for the colors I'm grabbing. If it's in the bin I have open, that's one I'm grabbing. Now, I think I'm going to spritz this again just in case the rubbing alcohol dry it up a little bit. And then we're going to do this again. Boop, boop, boop. Oopsie. There we go. Straight. There we go. Let's see how those colors turn out. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I like those colors. Okay. Clean this off real quick. I'm going to try a different embossing folder, but I'm going to switch. I'm going to switch mediums. Okay. Okay. So this is my little collection of embossing folders. Okay, so let's do that one. That one could be fun, and that one, and that one. Let's start with the first one I grabbed. Okay, so I think, how do I want to do this? So I'm going to use my color sparks, which is kind of like your your infusions. Let me get my plate ready over here. I can throw it in right away. Actually, let's do it. Spray the paper and let's try that first. Spray the paper. Right there. We'll see what happens. Okay, come on. Pop goes a weasel. Let's see. There. Okay. See if I can get more of a reaction out of it. Some of these pigments are set. Okay, yeah. And still move some of them. Come on, water. Okay. So now I think what I might try doing is let's get this wet first, and then put the pigment powder on, and then well, this one is olive green. So do another spritz. This one should be fun. Okay, I'm not gonna bother with how much moisture is on here. I'm not even gonna bother with spraying the paper. Boop. Look at all that juice. Let's mop that up with this, because why not? Just add to the grunginess. Okay. Now my pad's all green. Okay. So that got a lot more coverage. Kind of like that one a little bit better. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's try burnt orange. I'll just spray the paper first, and we'll just apply it directly to the paper instead. I wish I could zoom in so you guys could see like how this like reacts. Now, put it in the embossing folder. Okay. This up a little bit. Okay. So that way I feel like did give me a little bit more coverage. Okay, leave it in the embossing folder. Hello, Marty. Okay. So some of the pigments didn't. Hello, Dana. Some of the pigments didn't move, or they kind of flumed out, but like where it is dropped kind of stayed there. But that was from me not really playing with it. But later on, I could always go back through and ink the open areas, which will still add a lot of character to it. So not all is lost. Alright, so let's try a different embossing folder and a different color. Ooh. Try that one. I think that one will be fine. Hello, Lana. Hello, Becca. Oh my gosh. I can hear Blue from down here. She's like, oh, always has to greet Dad as soon as he walks in the door, even if he's gone for 2 seconds. Such a needy girl. Okay. Okay, we're going to try yellow ochre. Okay. So, spritz the paper. Okay. And Di, you were suggesting doing what we started with on here, right? But with a different color than what I just put on the paper, right? So I'm going to do sepia. Okay, now let's see how this one reacts. This one I use, I think it's called Cathedral Windows or something like that. I don't know. No, these are pigment powders. This is TCW's. Well, they call it watercolor powder, but basically the same thing. But it's kind of like your infusions. All right. Hi, bye, Marty. No, I pulled. Okay, so this. So that was a reaction. I do kind of like what it did on this side, though. Obviously, I didn't get much over here. Then again, I couldn't see what was actually going down on my plate either. Yeah, I wish you guys could actually see the colors well. Like, yeah. So, if anything, as we get through some of these, as they dry, hopefully dry, we can come back through and play with more layers on them, which I think will be super fun. And then I was also thinking about die cutting these. I think die cutting these would be super fun too. Let me set these behind me. So wrap your base in cling wrap. I don't know if I have cling wrap. Okay. Yeah, but I think those are good starting layers. To me, those are in their ugly phase, to me. So I think there's much more that can be done with them. Let's see. Okay. Oh my goodness. So I got so much going on over here. Stay. Okay. Now let's do. How do I want to do this? Let's do some rusty hinge in a few spots, and then peacock feathers. Maybe a little lucky clover. No rhyme or reason, just slapping it on there. And then I'm going to start with spritzing my paper first. Get that out of the way so I don't accidentally spritz that. Next time, or next round, I will do it with spritzing the embossing folder instead. Hey, Penny. Okay, so that's the back side. Let's see what the front side looks like. Or that is the front side. Okay, so that's not what I wanted. So let's try this again. Yeah, I need to spray this, that way it actually gets movement. And I think I'll actually do it on this side. Oh, that could be fun, Penny. Most of my embossing folders I got like clearance and stuff, so I don't think I could see me buying it immediately, but okay, let's try this again. But we'll spritz the folder instead of the paper. And then next time we'll try spritzing the folder and the paper. Thank you for pistachio. Okay, so let's do, I got the paper right there. I'm doing it on the opposite side of the folder than I did the first time. Okay, now put here, down here. So let's see how it turned out. Okay, I like that a little better. Definitely filled it in more by comparison, I think. And now let's flip it back to the other side and do it. I'm going to try wilted violet this time with some blues. Let's do wilted violet, some blueprint sketch. Carved pumpkin. I don't use that one often enough. So the first one, I only sprayed the paper. The second one, I only spray the embossing folder. This one, I'm going to spray the paper and the embossing folder. And if you guys are wondering what paper this is just Hobby Lobby's brand mixed media paper. Ooh. That definitely has a fuller look. Oh, and the other difference between these two, I used different sides of the embossing folder when, for what I apply the ink to. So this one, I applied the ink to this side here. I did that for this one and this one. On this one, I applied it to this side. So this side has all the flat parts, all the actual raised parts, and this side has all the the indents. So I'm going to try what I just did, but I'm going to do it on the opposite side of the embossing folder and see what happens. Because I like how this one turned out because it filled in the windows. I think this one's my favorite though. I mean, these have their merit, but I think this one's my favorite because they're actually spread out. Okay, so we're going to do it to this side instead. Okay. Another one I never use is picked raspberry because I don't really do pinks. Even though I have tried pinks in other things. I have. So my very first spray stain, well, one of my first because it came in a small set, was picked raspberry. So I have tried pink raspberry on some things. And now I'm going to try twisted citron. And then let's put some blue in there somewhere. So we're going to retry that last method we just did, but it's just on the opposite side of the embossing folder. So we're going to spritz this, and we're going to spritz the paper. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So you can kind of see the difference between the sides. This one filled in a lot more. I wonder if I can still get that to move. No, it's done. It's in there. Kind of like that. Talking about this one, Hen? Yeah, it doesn't move because it's already seeped in. Specifically with this paper, it like soaks it up almost immediately. So it doesn't give much movement time. Okay. So there's that. That's specifically with the distress inks. Now, guess what we should try? We should try with the distress oxides. And we'll switch it up. We'll use the typeset this time. I'm going to wipe this out real quick. Okay. So I'm more limited on the oxides I have than I am the regular inks. So this should be interesting. Yeah. You know, what are you talking about? I do. Okay, so all these gray ones, yes, all these gray ones are my oxides. Okay, let's try villainous potion. Now, which side do I want it on? Let's do it on this side. You alien. Okay. These big ones, it doesn't take much. Can't tell if it went on or not, but here's hoping for the best. And then, no. Oh. Withered wood, or you? I think you're that one. Oh, okay. Spruce from this potion. Speckled egg. Tea dye. Let's just stick with the 2 for now, because I know oxides can be pretty potent. So let's try spraying the embossing folder first. Well, especially with me having only the large pads. Okay, and then I'm just going to spritz the folder this round to see what happens. And we'll experiment just like we did with the regular distress inks. No, I gotta back that up because my clear pad was crooked. Okay, well, let's see how that turned out. So it's fun, but I think I needed more ink on it, or I just need to, I like that blue. I wish you guys could see the actual colors, but you guys know what Chip Sapphire, those of you who use Distress Oxides, you guys know what Chip Sapphire and Venomous Potion look like. But it has like a night sky look to it, the way the colors play. We can try spritzing it. Like I said, this paper just soaks it right in, so it's not really going to do much, if anything. Yeah, because it's not even coming up on my fingers. Because, yeah, see, nothing's coming up. Yeah. Okay, let's try the opposite side, because that went straight to basically the background of the chips. Let's see if we can get the letters. Okay, I'm going to try Rusty Hinge. I already see the Rusty Hinge like immediately on there, which is promising. Let's go back to one of the blues. I'm going to do Salvage Patina because, you know, rest in patina. Obviously. Look, I mucked up my ink pad. It should be fine. I'm not worried about it. Life's too short to be worried about your ink pads getting mucky. Okay. Now, I'm trying to remember. We sprayed the embossing folder. Can we do that again? Now, there, there. Okay. I think I did that the wrong way. Oopsie. Yeah, because I wanted it up here, and I got it back here instead. And it didn't do much. Okay, so that was a fail. Okay, let's. Okay, let's see. Let's drink coffee and think about it. I agree, Luna. I agree. As Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Okay, so this time let's try spritzing the folder. No, wait. We've been doing the folder. Let's try spritzing the paper. We'll still ink this, but we'll try spritzing the paper instead. Okay, I'm going to use black soot. And didn't blend in too much. Each photo. Let's see. Let's do frayed burlap. Let's see how that turns out. Ooh. So we're spraying both this round and seeing what happens. I probably already screwed up because I just had my wet paper slide all over that ink. So, but if anything, I just gave it movement. Okay, let's see how this round did. Ooh, I like those two together. That's grungy. I like it. Okay, let's see if we can get a reaction out of this right after it's pulled out. Oh, I need a paper towel. Not quite. But I do like that combo, though. That is black soot and frayed burlap. That is right up my grungy alley. I love that. Hmm. Die, of course you would. Okay, let's see. What if... I'm going to try something. What if I apply the ink via dauber? I wonder if it... Which side do I actually want this on? I do have a brayer, and yes, I might actually experiment with that. I like that idea. Okay, I need to keep that little pad with that oxide. That way I know that's the one it goes to. I can't see the black soot on there, but I know I applied it, so that's what matters. Okay, so we're going to still do the spritz on here, spritz on here. I just wanted to see how it would turn out with a different application process. So direct ink pad to the embossing folder. Hello, Brenda. Good morning. Happy Friday. Come on. Ooh, okay. Okay. These two definitely have their merit because I like how both of them turned out. So this was direct with ink pad to embossing folder. This one was with dauber to embossing folder. I love that. All right. I really like that. I could still go over the raised edges. You know what would be fun? Going over the raised edges with like a bronze or a copper. I think that would be fun. Yeah, we'll pray over the raised as well. We'll do both. We'll brayer over the raised and we'll pray over the raised. Okay. Well, unless you overdo it like I can. And then it's just like, why did you do all that? Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. Let those ones try too. Oh my gosh, I'm building a collection like I'm gel plating. Okay. Let's play with a different one. Okay, I think we're going to play with this one next. Let me find. Yeah, think of where my brayer is. I have all my gel plating stuff outside my craft room because a few weeks ago, me and my niece were hanging out. I was watching her, and her and I were gel plating together. She was having so much fun, but she needs to learn portion control on her paints. Okay, so I'm going to use this one because I really need to clean my other braids. And I do have a tiny brayer, I just don't know where it's at. But this one should work just fine. Okay, so put that in there. Oh, don't mind me just throwing my tools around and randomly screaming. Okay, so, all right. Audience participation, 2 colors, distress oxides. First 2 to come in, I will use those 2. If they're the colors I have, that is. If there's one color that I don't have, I will move on to the next option. Purple. Okay, so that would be my villainous potion, which is right here. And ooh, those ones will be fun together, I think. So villainous potion. Afraid burlap. I think that's going to be a fun combo. Okay, so put you down there. Just to be able to get it up with the brayer. Now, okay, I just had to see which side I'm applying it to. Okay. And then just push the rest of this up. Waste not, want not. Right, guys? All right. Okay, now do some frayed burlap, which I just need one squeeze of that on the plate because wow, frayed burlap is juicy. Okay. Mop that up. There we go. Okay, now we got that on there. Let's spritz the paper. And lay it on there. Close it. Place it and roll it. Let's see how that did. Let's see if we can hopefully get a little bit of movement out of it. I don't suspect so, but okay. I kind of like that. Let's try something a little different on that. Let's try direct. I don't know if this is going to work, but especially with this brayer, it's worth a try. No harm in trying. I swear to, I feel like my brayer like actually absorbed it. Okay. Okay. Now, the same thing with the burlap and see if, well, it pulls up the burlap no problem, of course. Mr. Juice Ink Pad over here. I wish all my ink pads were that juicy. Okay. I'll spritz the paper. And put it on the side. Start and roll it through. I specifically did it for the raised edges, which meh. So it got in there. But this is the actual raised edge, so I keep doing that. Because I want to get specifically those edges. Well, it's not terrible. Still usable. Okay. So now let's try that peacock feather. And you know what? Here. One moment. I am going to use this frayed burlap out. Just going to get some water down. Since I have it on here, and just go over all those raised edges. There we go. There. Now I'm satisfied. I got it on the raised edges. Let me do it on this one too, since I still have some here anyways. One thing I'm not too particularly fond of is how stiff the sprayer is. Okay. Now let's go down. And up to these. Because layers, guys, layers. Ogres are like onions. Onions have layers, ogres have layers. How about parfaits? Parfaits have layers. Those who know, know. Tony, Crafty by Tony? I love watching Crafty by Tony. She is a hoot. I love how excited she gets. Okay. Oh. So, this was a brayer one. I brayered on the wrong side of the embossing folder because I don't retain information very well. That this is what would happen. So I still had some frayed burlap here, so I just rolled it over the actual raised edges here. Still looks fun. And then this one. This is where I brayered on the proper side of the embossing folder. So I do like this one. Use that brayer with ink over the top of your finish for the Joseph's coat effect. Well, I did. No, with the frayed burlap, I did roll over both of these with more frayed burlap. So, but is that like an actual technique, or are you referring to just in general Joseph's coat of main colors? Because I've never heard anyone use a technique in that reference before. Okay, so what was the next thing I was going to try? So we tried oxides. trade distress inks. Ooh. Oh, it is a technique. That would be one Simon Hurley would do. With the way he plays with colors, that would be one he would do. Okay, so I think I'm going to try with spray stains and spray oxides. So I'm going to put some of these away because I'm collecting all these containers all around me. And let me get these tins put away, and then I'll grab my other tins that have my sprays in them that I put away this morning before I went live. All right. I did you, but you, You know what? So I recently got these from. I want to try these out. I recently got these from a local craft thrift store. Gosh dang it, Casey! You should have put these back in their container before you put all the containers away, goofus. But I recently got these from a local craft thrift store that just opened up last Friday, and I have yet to play with them. I cleaned them up a little bit, but I want to play with them. So I think I'm going to experiment with these with what we're doing. But let me put these back in their home real quick. Okay, so these are mixed media gel sticks. Now, from what I looked up, they should work basically like Tim Holtz crayons, like his distress crayons, if I understood correctly. Which me. Let's see how well that works. Okay. I'm going to play with these embossing folders because why not? And if anything, that'll give me Yeah, because I'll just cut these in half because I'm getting down to smaller embossing folders. So I can go on a Bible. Okay, so how big are these going to be? But I got these 2 sets for $5 altogether at the craft thrift store. So 6.5, so 3.25. Yeah, and I think they're originally like, I don't know, 10 or $15 for a set. So I'm just like, I had never seen them before, but they looked intriguing, so I bought them. And then after I bought them, I looked them up, and I was like, oh, I got a deal. I mean, they're used, so as you should get a deal, but oh, that went through all those. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, the craft thrift store is called Stuff Creative Reuse. And they take donations just like any thrift store does. And I've been waiting for them to open since the beginning of the year because our local scrapbook house or scrapbook shop, whatever, she mentioned that they were going to be opening at the beginning of the year. It's already past the middle of the year, or still near the middle of the year, I guess. And I was just like, are they going to open? Are they going to open? And then they finally opened. So, like, I was super excited. Okay, so I think I'm just going to take one of these and just doodle with it real quick, just to see how it reacts. So, one thing I will say about these, they don't say what color it is. Like, you can kind of guess what color it is just by looking at it, but it doesn't specifically say. So I'm just going to, I'm still using the Hobby Lobby mixed media paper, so probably going to grab a brush so I can move it around. It says it's water reactive, and it seems to be. So there's that. Okay. Hey, Sandy. Um, they're not gelatos, but I know that's basically what Tim Holtz distress crayons are. So I guess they're relatively similar. Okay. Now I'm going to do the back side. I'm going to do the lighter brown. And I want to try like the finger blending that you usually do with Tim Holtz stuff. Okay, so it still moves, but you still have to deal with that line. Now I wonder if I can get rid of that line by adding some water, if that helps. It's still there, but it's not as bold. And this paper is not meant for rubbing after you get it wet, or at least not with your finger. It's starting to peel. So, okay. Now that we've kind of seen how that reacts, I do. Let's see if I have some already pre-cut now. What are you? I don't know what kind of paper this is, but I kind of want to experiment with it. Oh. I should have been, whatever paper this is, I should have been using alcohol inks with this. But I kind of, is it this, I think this is photo paper. I have no clue. I think this is photo paper. It has a sheen to it. Let's cut this down a little bit. Kind of getting away from the embossing. Let's see. 8.5. So 4.25. 11. Let's do 369. Sorry, mathing. 9, 10.5. 6, 9. Oh, that should be fine. 3.5. I'll just have 1/2 inch left over. It'll be fine. It won't go to waste. So just go into my little strip collection. Alright. I could see that, Sandy. Yeah. You could definitely try that. Okay, 8.5. So we'll do this at 4.25. We'll just split that in half. And we'll try with that. To the strip club. Okay, let's bring these back up. I just want to see. I feel like they'll move pretty well with how slick the surface is. Let's try this red-ish one. So. Okay, so it blends real nice on this. Doesn't hold the lines. Like I said, I think this is photo paper. And then I like how that wicked out. Okay, now move it. Okay. Pull that up. Pull that extra up. Okay. Okay. Let me think. Because I don't... I'm like half finishing my thoughts. Yes, you should see it. I'm hoping so. Goodness. What a mess, what a mess, what a mess. La 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 la. Okay, I got an idea. So let's... I was just trying to think of how I wanted to apply it to the embossing folder. Let's try this, like, I don't know, deep fuchsia. Okay, so I'm going to apply it to the mat here. And pick it up with my brush here. And brush it on. Okay. Now, I think I want to apply a blue. I think a blue would be beautiful with that. Try to like turquoise-ish one. Okay, why are you not applying to the mat as well as your sister there? Okay. Let's try that. And then we'll use a different brush for you. I feel like I need more. This one doesn't seem to be coming off onto the mat like the deep fuchsia-ish color is. Now, let's see what this looks like. Of course, Di. You left? Okay, now spray the paper. And now lay the paper down. And we're going to see how these react with each other. This is a thinner plate, so I might use 2 plates for this. Nope, not using 2 plates. It's not like that. But it's not doing much with that one either. I think I need it to add a gem or whatever it's called to it. Because it needs... Let's add one of these. Oh, that's better. That creates the tension I feel like it should have. Okay, let's see. Ooh! I like that. Hmm. Hmm. Cool. Okay, well, let's clean this off and we'll try some other colors. Yeah. Okay. I'll clean you guys up. I have to clean out the brushes a little. Okay. Should be good for that one. Okay. Let's try that with this one. Okay, let's try this one. This one looks like it's barely been used. All the more reason to use it. Okay. So let's pick that up. Blend that all in there. All right, good night, Di. Okay. So we're trying that one, and then let's see what this one looks like with it. Dream of throwing animals at birds, Di. Just dream of playing Angry Birds. I love that. Okay. Let's see how that turns out. Okay, so let's try spritzing the paper and the plate. Spritz the plate, spritz the paper, drop the paper, close the plate. Come on. Give me my embossing folder. Thank you. Meh. Sadness. So that one didn't turn out. Maybe they just weren't pigmented enough. See if I can. Still bring that stuff in here because I still have some ink on my table. Well, you guys can't really see those two spots, but it's kind of fun. Kind of. And just experimenting. Oh yeah, we were going to play with spray stains on the embossing folders. Got distracted with these gel sticks. Those back up. Come on. Oh, it is there. Okay. Whatever. There we go. Cool. Okay, so those were interesting. I'll have to keep experimenting with those. Yeah, I'll have to keep experimenting with those. That way I know how to use them effectively. That's the name of the game. So let's do... Let's... Oh, this... So the color's there. For some reason it just didn't translate onto the paper very well. It might have just been the paper, or the pigments just might be too translucent to really show. I think I'm just going to play and spray. There we go. Okay, this one is Crackling Campfire. Just going to do a little spritz here and there. And let's do, what is this one? Shabby Shutters? Why not? Okay. Look at me making a mess of my table. What a disaster. It's part of the fun. Okay, now spray the paper. Then what is it? Mop it up, right? Oh yeah, with the spray stains and stuff, yeah, I do my best not to waste it if I can help it. Let's just go ahead and do it on this one. It's too many texture. Only the raised edges are getting that, so that's not doing me any good. There we go. See it? And I feel like they're expensive here even, but definitely not by comparison, but at least for me, it's one of those things is like when I see a good deal, that's the only time I'll get them. Ooh. You guys can't really see the greenish brown here very well, but I like that. And then just go over the rises, maybe with some scorched timber. Mmm. That'll be yummy. Now, what if let's see, let's spray this. There's still some in here. And let's see if I get anything out of this. I probably won't, but it's worth a try. Right? Right. I didn't do much extra. It was worth a try, though. Okay, so let's see. Let's actually mess this up a little bit. Okay. I think what I actually want to do is I'm going to check on the other ones and see if they're dry enough. So I'm coming back to some of our other ones, and I kind of want to start doing some die cutting with them. I think that would be fun. Now to figure out which dies I want to use. Chevrons would be fun, or diamonds. Some bugs. I don't want to use. Ooh, some bottles would be fun. Butterflies. Butterflies. Okay. All right. Bye, Lana. You have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. I'm going to try this one. This should be able to use this. Okay, so this one. Okay, so I just need the 2 clears. That's all I need for this. So this, and then this paper I am using. I haven't used these big dies in my machine before, so we'll see if I screw up my machine or my plates. Let's see how this turned out. It looked like it did much to my plate, so that's good. Ooh. I don't use my dies very often, so this seemed like a good reason as any to play with it. Oh, that's fun. Oh, there's still more to punch out. That could be fun. And what is this? Oh, it's an extra body. Okay. And we got the negatives we can still use. That's fun. Okay. So I like that one. Okie dokie. And let's try the bottles. I think the bottles could be fun. This is Apothecary Bottles by Tim Holtz. It says alterations. Pretty sure these are discontinued, but won't stop me from playing with them. Okay. So it's that way. Where did I put the papers I just pulled? I buried them, didn't I? I did, they're right here. Okay, let's try. Try one of the alcohol ink ones and see how that. Ooh, that could be fun. Let's do. Let's do the bigger bottles. I think that'll be fun. Just need to make sure it's on from top to bottom on here. Because the bottle right here is like the exact height of the paper. Hey, Patty. Let's see how that did. Wait a minute. Okay, so one's. Ooh. Check that out. They have very fancy bottles here. Even though that's half of the bottle, that's still fun. And then this is supposed to be the cork for this bottle. That's cool. Even the back of it looks fun. Hey, Judy. And then, like, these could be fun frames. I can put, like, images or, ooh, another background behind it. Let's see. Like, I could do something like that. I think that would, oh my gosh, I love that. Hey, Robin. What are you guys thinking of that? I love that. Even for this one. Like, if I line that up right, it looks like this is going into that flourish. I love that. Yeah, Patty, I saw your message the other day when you brought it up. Don't worry about it. I have like 2 typewriters that I got specifically to break down. I just need to find an effective way of breaking them down. So I do appreciate the offer, and Lindy offered too, and I put in basically the same acknowledgement, but it was like at the tail end of the live, so I don't know if she caught it. So that's so cool. I'm so glad I bought that. So a lot of these guys I actually got from, there's a gal that I think it was her mother-in-law. I can't remember it. She was a big crafter and everything, and she had all these things, and I'm just like, I don't mind taking those off your hands. But yeah, she had all these things, and she just was trying to clear the house. Oh no, hen. I guess that's why you're a crafter, not a beautician. Oh, I guess I got 2 chevrons. Whoopsie. So I have this one. And it looks like it's the same one. Uh-oh. Let's see. 659428. Yep. Oh well. I'll just. Oh no, not for free. I got him at a steal, but no, not for free. So then I got all these guys. Ooh, this one. Oh, this is for this one. Okay, I was really sad for a moment there. So it's this. Okay, this is what I want. So you can't find the. Morning, Michael. Hen, you don't have Fabertac, do you? Because Fabertac has acetone in it. You could probably use that as an alternative. No, there's a bigger magnet. Oh, they are magnetic. Oh, interesting. There you go, Hen. No, I'll just see what happens. I don't know, guys. I think it'll work just fine. I'm going to do it this way. That way I can get the most of it, because I might be able to get 2 more out of this. We'll just see what happens if I bust my stuff. Oh well. Well, that is literally not doing anything. Maybe I need a shim underneath it. Ah, man down. It's just embossing folder. We're good. Just one thing fell down. Better than all the things falling down. I don't think that's going to work either. I need more than a shim. Shimmy, shimmy, ya, ya, da, da. Shimmy, shimmy, ya, ya, you. Hello, Darcy. Oh no. Hen. Um. Let's try this because this is supposed to have other things to do the thing. Oh my gosh. Well, what the turd buckets? Thinking I need another thing on top of another thing to do the thing. This isn't working. This one's too thick, and then I don't have enough of these to do what I need it to. What the turd? A green plate. This one. Because I feel like I need another one or two that's like this depth. Because this guy's too thick. I want to use these. Or, you know what? Ha. What I'm going to do, cheat the system is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, that might work. Okay. Put these here. That. Let's try that. Come on, you got this. You got this. No, you don't got this. Okay. Still, okay, so that is just barely too thick. So, I'm gonna make it work. Hello, Lucy. Is that what I needed? Yay! Okay. I made it work. I win. The big shot did not defeat me. There we go. When at first you don't succeed, make it work to get what you need. No, that is not how the song actually goes. When you don't have a shim, use your embossing folder as an extra shim. Ooh, victory! Shimmy, shimmy, ya, ya, da, da. And those could also be fun frames. Like, keep your dye negatives. Benefits to having all the things. You can make the things work in your favor. Now, what do I want to cut? Yes, that from what I saw on this thing, there's supposed to be a dye base or something that's supposed to be on. That's why I was having issues, because there's supposed to be another thing. So I don't have that other thing. Therefore, I made it work. Because I'm stubborn. It's like, I will make these work. I bought them and everything. I will make them work. I will not give up. Never give up. Never surrender. Yeah. So what I used is, I have these 3 plates and then this guy, but it wasn't thick enough. So then I used one of the Gemini embossing folders and just opened it up, and it was like perfect. Keeping it folded is too thick. It won't pull it through. But if you open it up and have the flat side like that, so it's actually the flat side against your die, you're good. I've heard of the Magic Mat. I haven't personally used it, but I have heard of it. Let's make a telephone and a typewriter. And let's use... Ooh, those could be fun. Do we want them from numbers? Let's do them from the swirlies. Let's use the swirlies. Ooh, swirly, swirly. Ooh, swirly, swirly. Ooh. Okay. So we're going to put that there. There. And there. And then put that there. Move over. Ah, no shifting. I get you are movers and shapers, but no shifting, please. Movers and shapers, not shifters. Let's put them up for the big shot, like those tournaments that kill themselves. See ya, and you have a good day. There we go. Cool. Grabbing the slippers. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh, those stay tucked in. Okay. Oh, no, they don't. They're supposed to come out. What is going on? Right? Or don't they? Do they? Don't they? No. Well, the bottom does come out. Okay. So I thought. Looked like it did. Either way. Here's the typewriter. Yep. This one is just stubborn. You didn't want to cut, sir. Mm-hmm. What is going on? Now are we separating? Oh, it's probably because the paper's still moist to some extent. Okay. Skizzers, where are you? Okay, so the telephone did not work out completely. I probably should have rolled my big shot back one after the initial roll, like most of us do. We roll it and then we roll it out instead of just straight through and then done. Granted, the previous die just needed to go through the once. I just want this telephone out of here because it looks so cool. Okay. This is going to be a hassle if I keep trying to go around everything. Okay, I'm going to have to cut from this side, that way I can actually see where the cut lines are supposed to be. Do you love how you have to fussy cut die cuts? This I just want to see how this phone looks. So the only reason I'm going through all this is because I want to actually see how it looks. Now, the only reason I'm not running it back through is because I don't trust it staying in the right spot going back through. So I'm not even going to attempt it. No, okay, so these paper, I have not tried marbling yet. I want to. I haven't tried it out yet. Now, this is literally just from this morning. Oh, there we go. I was experimenting with different mediums on the embossing folder. Casey, put it down. Don't cut through your finger, you dingus. Yeah, so I was experimenting with alcohol inks. I was experimenting with Color Sparks by TCW. So kind of like your paper artsy infusions. I was playing with distress sprays and oxides, as well as the distress ink pads and oxides. So like what I'm die cutting is the experiments with those on the embossing folder. So like this actually has added texture because it was embossed first. I think next time, just to thicken it up just a hair more, I think what I'll do is probably put some cardstock. I mean, Lucy, you probably could. Because I think that's essentially what those are. They're just craft cutting mats. Those magic mats or whatever. I think you could honestly just repurpose a mat you're going to be getting rid of anyways. Okay. Alright. I think I'm done die cutting because yeah. Okay, I think I'm done with the embossing, the die cutting. And put some of this stuff away because it is literally taking up my whole area here. Okay, so we are going to put you guys there so that you don't fall out. I need to come up with a storage solution for my chunky, like big dies and stuff like that, because I have a decent amount. I might look into that today at work to see what we have for storage options for stuff like that. I got another butterfly die. I think I got this at one of the recent sales. Yeah, I love the phone and the typewriter. I think he's made a Thinlet die version of it. I think that one has been updated, but I could be mistaken because I think a lot of his um, old big styes and stuff like that, I think most of those had have been reassessed into thinlets at some point or another. Yeah, I agree. It's nice to have them on hand. I definitely don't do it often enough to have a on-hand stash to play with, which I need to definitely work on because I love when I have them available to play with because sometimes they're just the perfect thing. But like I said, I don't go out of my way to do it often enough. I ooh, ooh, yeah. But yeah, I need to have a consistent, uh, just I don't know, an hour or so just to do a bunch of die cutting, especially with all the gel prints I have. I think it would be awesome to repurpose those gel prints into a bunch of die cuts. I think that would be perfect for a bunch of layering stuff. But I think my favorite ones are probably the bottles. I'd say the bottles and the butterflies. I think the butterflies are fantastic because they have like the numbers there. I think that's so cool, especially if I go over and like dry brush with either a metallic or another color. I think that would be awesome. Same thing with the bottles here. Where's the other bottle? I have it here. It's blending in with the others, but this is the front side. But look how soft those colors look there by comparison to that. I love these. These are so cool. Right? That's what I love about them. They look like magic potions, exactly. This one just looks like a fancy Patron bottle. I think. Because it's like the stoutness and shape of one of those. Okay. Now what do we want to play with? Kind of do want to not that. I really do like that with that. I think that's so cool. Okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Right. I agree. Like I love the details in it, but I hate having to poke out all the details because the die doesn't cut effectively that they just drop out or you can just brush over and be done with it. Yeah. I That's like the big thing for me why I hate going through and having a die cutting session because I just get frustrated at having to deal with it. So kudos to those who can build a huge stash and have the patience to deal with all that because, oh my gosh, that's so agitating. I'm glad I have it when it's over, but I hate the process. Lucy. Okay. Put your pen in your bottle. All right, guys. Just a heads up. I'm going to be heading up. I'm going to be getting off here in about half an hour. Because I do have to work today, unfortunately. I think that's so fun. Okay, now let's do. I want to do it with this one too. Yeah, let's do it this way. I think I like this way. Yeah. Okay. Just trying to get full contact with that. Okay, so we're going to cut that off. That off. Ah, get off my finger. Okay. Love how like this just goes with the embossed flourish that's coming there. That was not planned, but I love it. This one. So this one, funny thing is, I got this one. Um, it was that a estate sale or garage sale? I can't remember. But it. Oh, this was at a garage sale. What kind of a garage sale? Um, the I don't know if the lady had passed or they moved her into retirement living. I don't know the story, but the husband or son or whatever the relation was, he was basically selling the whole lot of her creative supplies. So this and a bunch of other things. I think that's where I got most of my alcohol inks from, and a bunch of other random things I got from that sale. So this is I decided to start using this instead of breaking open a new one because she had already started with this one. I had one of the smaller bottles that they usually come with. They usually come with a big bottle and a small bottle, or that's how I got it when I initially purchased. But since she had a partial large bottle, this is hers, I just dumped in my smaller bottle into this one. So I've been using this one ever since. And I still got the initial large bottle that I haven't even cracked open yet. Can you tell I don't glue very often? Because like this one's still like feels like it's still right there. Like this is like one of my go-to glues, but I definitely don't use it very fast. I love these little potion bottles. These are cute. I mean, with how expensive they are, yeah, I would be sad too. That would be very disappointing, having to throw all that away. So this is not big enough. That, that was the one I just tried. Okay, I think it's going to be more effective if I just use. Honestly, I'm just going to use this one. This one puts out a lot more at a time. Glue goober right over the exit of the bottle. Let's go ahead and put this in half. And then put this in half because I'm going to put that on the bottom section there. And balance that out. Perfect. And this is just Stamperia's craft glue in a bottle. I have a little jar of the craft glue for like decoupaging or whatever. Now this was a gift at retreat that a lot of us got at retreat. Marianne's Happy Paper People retreat. So now I'm going to this over that. Make sure I get full contact. And that way I don't destroy the ridges. Make sure that gets full contact as well. Okay. See it. Oh wow. Was she like the type that kept buying glue because it was like clearance, so she bought it, or she kept buying it because she kept misplacing the one she had? Ooh, I like you. We'll do you on there. Or maybe a little bit of both. Oh, Casey Allen. That's okay. It's going to get glued down anyways. Don't worry about it. Did she go to retreats a lot or go on vacation a lot? I'm going to let that dry before I start tearing. But that butterfly is going to be so cool once I like fussy tear around it. And this is just a brayer off music paper that I backed it with. Welcome back, Miss Judy. Okay, I think I can probably cut this off now. And it's still tacky. Maybe not. Not one time she went on retreats, but I heard Oh, gotcha, Lucy. That stinks. Especially if you enjoy going to retreats and everything, like to feel like you had like that basically taken away from you. These could be cute little banners. Why not? Why not? You're supposed to stay in there, little doodad. Can't get very far. First, I put the scissors away. She got the enjoyment from the purchase. Yeah. Yeah, shopping's always fun. Goodness knows I like me some retail therapy for sure. Sorry guys, I'm kind of winding down on my crafting since I'll be hopping off here in a moment. So nothing too expensive. I'm just getting the most out of my embossed papers for today. I think these banners will be so fun to play with. Yeah, I get that, Lucy. I've curtailed about 90% of. Oh, gracious me. Yeah, the only craft shopping online I really do is specifically through all of our YouTube friends and everything. That's about the extent of me shopping online when it comes to craft supplies. Yeah. All right, bye, Lucy. Um, I am on um, this Sunday morning. So those of you who are able to pop in, please do. It's the usual time, 8 a.m. Central Standard. Tomorrow I'll be hanging out with my brother for however long we hang out. So probably won't be as active at coming into sales or craft chats, anything like that tomorrow, unless him and I and like hanging out, like, I don't know, in the afternoon or early evening, something like that. All right. Bye, Michael. Yeah. Well, Lucy, how does that work with getting stuff from Patty? Like, I was curious on how that looks for you guys over there that shop with Patty, if that affects you guys at all. Because it's not like a big company type thing. And I thought from my understanding, the tariffs are specifically like those corporate businesses. I think that's all I'm going to get out of that. I got a lot out of that. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, see, I was under the impression it was like all the ones that go through like manufacturing and stuff like that. I thought it was specifically that, but it's everything. Got it. That's silly. And it sucks too because the tariff thing has expanded its reach. It's not just China or whatever. Like, was it like? It's like every country we import from now. From my understanding, anyways. I may be mistaken, but last I heard, the reach of the tariff thing has broadened dramatically. Morning, Tina. I'm literally about to hop off. Good to see you, though. Oh, gracious me, Judy. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. I will see you guys Sunday for sure, but perhaps in other chats between now and then. But all right, guys, I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. You have a good day. Toodles.